Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk, Let's Heal. And with me this week, I have my colorful, beautiful guest, mashallah, Vanessa Canas. Did I get it
Cañas.
right?
Yeah, Cañas.
Yes, I sounded a bit Spanish there. So yes, as people might know you, they might not. Please introduce yourself. I sense a little bit of Spanish Latinia there.
Oh, for sure. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, I'm Vanessa Canas. It means sugar cane in Spanish, and I am a Latina convert and fashion designer and the founder of Modestly Cupcake, a women's modest fashion brand.
Okay, big, mashallah. And your colors and that they stand out even today. I must say, it's just
Thank you.
every time I see you on your posts on Facebook, you're colorful, and mashallah, you really exude that confidence, like it's the stamp that we want to go away with, us Muslims, we got that whole color shabam. Being a Muslim doesn't have to be black and white, right?
I agree 100%.
So you said you're a Reba. So I'd love to know about your journey to Islam, inshallah.
Oh, yeah. So I was 16 when I became Muslim. And I was soul searching for something in my life because I felt empty. I knew that, it was that lack of, spirituality and lack of having God in my life that was missing. And I searched and studied with a whole bunch of different religions. And one day I was at home and I had the History Channel on, and a documentary on Islam popped up, and they started talking, and I immediately knew that that's what I was, searching for. I told my mother, who she migrated from Colombia to America at a very young age, and she didn't know anything about, Islam except for, what she had seen on TV after, 9/11 and all that stuff. And I told her, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm interested in this religion, and this is what I want to do. And she said, oh my God, I don't know, but what about these people? They're so strange, and look at this and look at that. And I'm like, you can't believe everything you see on TV, ma.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she actually helped me. After that, she said, okay, fine, if this is what you want, I'll, help you. And she went to work and asked a guy about, Islam, and he happened to be Latino as well. And he introduced us to his wife, who was also Latina and Muslim. And shortly after, she and I became really good friends. And shortly after I took my Shahada, and 2 years later, my mother took hers. So,
Mashallah. Oh, I got shivers. SubhanAllah. Allah really made it easy for you, it seems like.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was definitely one of those blessings because, when you're Muslim and you come into Islam, there's that, sense of, loneliness, and you're kind of ostracized from the community because you don't really fit in unless like you compromise a lot of who you are, your identity and your culture. And you kind of just like assimilate. So that's something that's very difficult for a lot of converts. And I'm very blessed to have my mother as that backbone and that support as a Muslim. Yeah, for sure.
So talking about identity and whatnot, have you always been so vibrant and so colorful?
No. Well, okay. So before I became Muslim, absolutely. So culturally, it's something that, Latinas are known for their vibrance and their love of color and just being full of life and loud. When I became Muslim, there was that, period in time where I thought, hey, I should just wear all black and blend in. And that got old
Yeah.
quick, just because I felt like there was something I didn't feel like I was compromising anything by showing color and being colorful, as long as I was being modest
Yeah.
in my character and in my dress. So I don't think color is something that takes
And
away.
I think the times that we're living in, identity is such a strong part of who we are, you know,
Absolutely, for sure.
especially when unfortunately Islamophobia is just on the increase. And there is this idea fed into people's minds that if you wear a black scarf and you know you're the you're a terrorist, you're an
Yeah.
Islamist, you're an extremist, you know. Um,
Absolutely. It's just that one stereotype being marketed as the Muslim.
yeah, and did you sense like things changed for you when you changed your identity? Did it change how people perceived you? Did you feel
Oh
that?
my God, yes. One of the main reasons why I wanted to start my own clothing line and my own collection was to break that ice and show everybody, around me. I mean, I'm in America. This is, Muslims are the minority here.
Yes.
Um, and it completely changed the way people approached me. I feel like some people are just very scared. They want to ask questions,
Hmm.
but they have like that, I don't know, kind of, they have that a barrier there that,
Yeah.
keeps them from coming up to people. Sometimes they might be they think that, there might be some sort of language barrier, or, there might ask something inappropriate, or, that fear factor.
Mhm.
Like, oh, if I go up to this person, are they going to, who knows what they're going to do?
Yeah.
So yeah, it changed completely as soon as I started wearing my designs out, which is one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
I would get, people come up to me, people that I would never have thought would came up to me and asked me, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Where did you get this? Or, wow, what an excellent dress. And that was like that icebreaker that opened up so much conversation and new friendships.
Yeah. And how beautiful, because it's a very big reminder, I think, that dawah isn't just about standing in front of someone and being like, yes, Islam, Jesus, it's not, our
Oh, it's
character
not.
is dawah, our smile is dawah, and the way you're dressed, girl, is an invitation to Islam.
Yes, for sure.
Mashallah.
For sure,
Um,
Muslim women are so much more than just, what the media. We're not all, these damsels in distress. Granted, it does, I'm a survivor of, domestic violence and abuse, and, we don't stay in that victim state of mind. And Muslim women are so much more than just, this stereotype of this meek and quiet and a woman who has no opinion. There's so much more to Muslim women than what,
yeah.
society leads to believe.
Now, I'm glad that you shared that, because I would like to share that I have actually been following you for a very long time. And it's clear because when I did reach out to you, I said, oh my God, the last memory I have of you is on Facebook Live, where you was just, crying your heart out, bless you. Um, but it's what made you even more attractive to me anyway, to want to get you on here, because here you are, shining bright, and you've been through it,
Yeah.
so
Oh my
yeah, like I mean, could you speak a little bit, talking about
yeah.
that, because I think it's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. You know what? It's made me the person that I am today. I don't think that that experience would have opened up this road for me.
Mhm.
Without it, I mean, without that experience, I wouldn't be where I am now. So, yeah, I was in a very abusive relationship. And I married young.
Mhm.
And he was much older than I was. He was, I would say, around 12 years older than I was. And he just had this very strict and very dark view of what a Muslim man should be. And so when you're in a relationship where it's toxic, you know, it's abusive, you know, they're manipulating you, um, it really does break you. It hollows you out. That's how I like to describe it, because that's how I felt. You know, at the end of my marriage, I felt like he had scooped everything from inside of me and just dumped it out, and then replaced it with his, you know, whatever. And so even my favorite color was, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know
Yeah.
who I was anymore. And I had to ask myself that question after the divorce: who am I? What's my favorite color? What's my favorite food? There's so many things that trigger you, memories and things, you know, about that past. Like to this day, even though his name is one of a prophetic name, it's really hard for me to hear that name. I mean, I love the prophet and that particular prophet and the struggle he went through, but sometimes hearing it, oh my God, let me just, you know, control these memories. So that's something that that happens to you when you're in that situation. The color green, I'm not the biggest fan of green, for that particular reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I love all colors, but that particular color, not my favorite.
Yeah.
um
But it's interesting because I think, when we look at Islam, you know, there is an ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that sometimes when we think something is good for us, right? Allah knows better. Allah knows it's bad for us. And it's those times where, when something really bad happens, as part of the pillars of our belief, right, is accepting the qadr, the good and the bad, right? And at the time when I was going through my divorce, I was just, why, and
yes.
fast forward now, I'm like, Allahu Akbar, shukr alhamdulillah. Thank you,
um
Allah, for taking me and removing me from that relationship, because
and
the way you described it, Vanessa, oh Lord, yes, they literally dug a hole and we became hollow. We were just empty shells and numb,
mm,
So, I think, and that's what this whole series is about. And what I want to try to tie in, right, is that healing did come a lot for
oh
me through a sense of my identity,
mhm.
because I did have to almost shelf the black cloth, you know,
Mm, yeah.
um, and the vibrance started to come out, and now I'm still in healing. My wound is still fresh.
It's a life journey. It's
it's
a
like
life journey.
it's like when you said the color green. For me, it was the smell of peanut butter, because
Oh my gosh.
he liked peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So I reached for peanut butter, and then the smell of it, and I was like,
Yes, I feel that.
so but so I love the song started from the bottom. Now we're here, right?
Yes.
Because
Woo.
yes, and that's what's happened. Now, I'd like to start opening up about your Facebook. The fact that you have a beautiful following, mashallah. Please
Inshallah.
share. You can share.
Share.
Yes, but your Facebook. Fast forward, like I said, I seen you sharing, opening up your heart, and every time I would see anything on your Facebook, I love the fact that not only are you, ascending in terms of your own development and professional, accolade, you also still have one foot in where you came from and the hardship, and your posts. That's what I'm trying to get at. Please share about that part of you that still
Yeah.
exists. Alhamdulillah.
So I eventually said that I was going to rediscover who I was, who I am as a person, and just wear it. wear it outwardly,
Mhm.
without compromising myself, without compromising my beliefs, without compromising my loyalty to Allah. Because that for me will always come first. You know, Allah will always come first.
Mhm.
And, before anything, Islam will always be my default. But I started, discovering that, um, culture for a reason exists. Allah says, we created you in different cultures and different, tones and different in different flavors for a reason, for you to get to know each other and learn from each other. And I think that's something that I wanted to portray in my clothing and in my personality. And I want to teach others to love themselves and to accept themselves, and accept that, everybody has a little ugly on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we grow from that and we learn from that and we
Mhm.
become better people. There was a time in my life where I was just at my lowest point, and I just decided to stop feeling sorry for myself and take that leap of faith. And I'm a normal person. I am not this person, like I'm lazy, I'm temperamental. I have my issues. I am not a saint. I am not perfect. um I am not squeaky clean at all. So I just, decided to take, a stand and do something for myself that
Mhm.
would make me feel good and make other people feel good. Um, give them that message of, body positivity and to love yourself. One thing that, I felt that I really needed to heal from was, this body image that I left with after my divorce, this whole, hey, you're too big because you've given birth, mentality.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just erase that, because women's bodies change
Mhm.
throughout their life, and that's okay. That's not a sin. That's not a bad thing. We get stretch marks, things start to lower, things become looser. And that's
Yeah, I'm
okay.
40 plus now. You're talking to someone who's 40 plus, okay?
you
So
know um,
I've been doing this with my body.
And I think, it's time for us to celebrate our bodies and embrace them and continue this, journey of healing and self-love, and remove, this toxic, abusive behavior, these abusive words that, society and Hollywood like to, implant in our brains to keep us dissatisfied and unhappy and angry at ourselves. I don't think that's healthy.
But I
And I
think
don't
what's
think
beautiful is not only have you made that, your affirmation, right? You've totally succeeded in achieving, that dialect, because when I look at photos of you, mashallah, right? There is no reserve. There is no doubt. You just striking the pose like, that's right. This here
all of that,
outfit looks good. And this
all of
here
that.
sister is having a good day today. Assalamu alaikum.
All of it. Absolutely. You got to wear that confidence, because who's going to give it to you?
Hmm.
You have to prove it to yourself first. You have to give it to yourself first, and then the world will see it. People
Hmm.
love confidence. They don't, confidence is the new beauty. That's for me, that's my opinion. Confidence is the new beauty.
Hmm.
And I think that the quicker women understand it and learn that, the happier they're going to be throughout their life.
Absolutely. I hear that. I mean. So, oh, Jazakallah khairan, really, it's been a pleasure. And no doubt I'm going to get my order in. So next time I'll be
Oh,
all bright and colorful. And I'm definitely going to give you credit where due. So, inshallah, please keep in touch. And no doubt, um, next 5 years, where would you, what anything? What the next five
oh
years?
my God.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, I hope to be in stores in the next 5 years. I hope to be a national and international brand where any woman, whether she's Muslim or not, can buy my colorful, modest clothing. because I think that modesty is the doorstep to empowerment.
So we're just going to take a hot minute, right? So sisters, if you're watching this, we're going to make some dua. And in 5 years' time, inshallah, Sister Vanessa Canas, may Allah make it be so that all your clothing is in the shop window for us sisters to go get, inshallah. Ameen.
Ameen.
Say Ameen.
Ameen.
So, Jazakallah khairan, sis, really, you know, and we look forward to the future, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalam.
Okay, so look out for the video, and you know what, genuinely, it's just like, I really, if you was living in the same area, I'd be like, girlfriend, let's go get some coffee. It just, yeah. Some shisha. It's all about the shisha in the Middle East.